Alright guys, now heading into this next matchup, we got some good news and we got some bad news. The bad news is our offense hasn't scored more than 4 runs in a game in over a week, including our last start where we ended up losing to St. Paul 2-1. But the good news is we have plenty of season to change that, and we actually have a chance to get some revenge on St. Paul, because it looks like we're taking Game 6 on Sunday against St. Paul, against the same starter that we faced on Tuesday. Now we got 4 more games before we end up starting against them again, so hopefully the offense will end up picking it up, and hopefully on Sunday they'll actually kind of put it all together, and we can have a very similar start that we had on Tuesday. Now, again, we ended up picking up the loss in the last couple games, but that wasn't necessarily our fault. In fact, our stat line has really increased over the last couple games. I mean, our ERA went down to a 3.21, our whip is down to a 1.39 from like a 1.9, and our strikeouts have more than doubled. So we are actually pitching extremely well. It's just the fact that we didn't have the offense to back us up. But again, we have an extremely talented team, especially in the offensive side, so I think that we can actually come back. We'll actually get out of our slumps, and we'll be able to pick up this win against St. Paul. Now, I don't think we're going to be getting a practice in because, again, we just pretty much have games for the rest of the week. And look at that! 9-9, we only ended up scoring 3 and 4 there, but still, looks like they actually put it together. I appreciate that a lot because we're definitely going to need it because St. Paul is still a really good team too. They're right on our level in terms of what our records are. So again, it's going to be a difficult matchup, but I think that we can really, again, put together a really good game here, and if we pitch the same way that we've been pitching the last couple games, I think we can do that. We just need to really eliminate those really bad first innings. So, looks like we have pretty much the same lineup right here. Looks like Castile is still cold, so hopefully we can kind of keep him that way, but they do have a really talented 3 through 6, so I think we're going to have to watch out when we get to that point, but let's just make sure that we go in, we throw our game, and we just continue to be a dominant pitcher. And I know calling ourselves a dominant pitcher is extremely generous because we have not necessarily been showing that like this entire series, but we're going to start to put it together here, and hopefully we can take a big dub right here. Now, it is raining, so I don't know if that's necessarily going to be bad for us or for them. I feel like maybe our accuracy is going to drop a little bit, but again, if they see the ball a little worse, then that's only going to really benefit us. Good strike on that first one. It's nice that our off-speed's actually working pretty well. I mean, granted, he just kind of check-swinged at it, but still. And he didn't swing at the slurp, but that was still a really good pitch, especially on an 0-1. So let's go to the fastball here. Let's jam him a little bit. That looks really good. We'll get that strike. I think that's going to actually set up for the slurve on the outside again. We're not going through all our pitches, man. I'm sorry. I want to save that. Well, maybe we shouldn't be saving the split. Maybe he'll look for... I don't know. Either way, I just want to get him out right here. And we do. He actually swings through that. That was going to be a strike no matter what. Really great spot on that one. And that gives us 1 out already. And 1 strikeout too. Imagine that. Nice. Okay, well, that's not another strikeout, but at least that's a ground out. And we got 2 quick outs this inning. This is the way that I was hoping we'd actually start the game. Yeah, but then again, we kind of started the last game like this too, but we gave up those 2 runs after getting 2 outs. Or was that a couple games ago? I don't know. All these games feel like they're just kind of like, you know, melding together. I just want to get to get to the majors. Pardon me. I want to be out of AAA. Pardon me. That's what I meant to say. Either way, let's see if we can pick up this strikeout here. Nah, he ain't gonna chase that one. But he's seen outside, so let's go with the inside slurve. Let's see if we can get him to swing on this one. Oh, we do. I didn't think he was gonna swing at that one. But there we go. 2 strikeouts in an inning, and we go 1, 2, 3. We do have to face their 4, 5, 6, which, like I said before, are going to be extremely talented, but let's see if our offense can get a couple runs here. And no security, but that's okay. The way that we threw that first inning, I feel really confident in this game. Thankfully, he fouls that one off because we left that one hanging just a little bit. We don't want to do that again. So let's go with the fastball down and in. Let's see if we can pick up this strike. We do, man. They're just swinging a lot more than I would expect them to. Maybe, again, it's the product of the rain and them not being able to see the ball extremely well, but that's 3 strikeouts already. What happened to our player here? I know we ended up getting a new glove, but I didn't think it would really change it that much. Either way, though, it's a great-looking glove now, isn't it? I feel like it looks like extremely similar to the one that we had before this game, but I guess it gives us a couple extra stats. Either way, I'm not going to be upset about it. It seems to be working pretty well. But it would be pretty nice if we'd be able to get a ball back in the zone. Maybe we can do that with the slurve here. That's not looking good, but thankfully he swings at that, and that one ends up going foul. Ball boy's not doing their job over there. We need to get someone better out there. All right, let's go with the split. There we go. And now we're back in the driver's seat. We got a 2-2 count. Let's go and hit him with that circle change. Why not? We've been looking pretty good with it pretty much all game. And there we go. That is strikeout number 4. Nothing has changed here, man. Again, maybe it is just that glove. Didn't realize how incredible that equipment is. Not gonna lie. I am still on dynamic difficulty. And again, it's killer that it's put me on legend now, but you know what? Hey, if we keep having results like we're having today, I am not going to be upset about it. Maybe we can start pitching the rain a little more often, because they seem to be just swinging at really horrible pitches. Let's hit them with that again. Let's see if we can get that even more out of the zone. Let's see if they'll chase it. I don't know what happened to us overnight, man, but we are looking really good. We really want that revenge against St. Paul, and it's really showing. Let's just keep this up, man. I know the offense will pick us up, but we just need to kind of keep going out there and hitting our spots. That one looked like that's right in the zone, but you know what? I understand this guy's struggling a little bit lately, so... And you guys are at home, so you want to give him a... Well, never mind. I was going to say you want to give him a couple pretty good calls, but that allowed him to be able to rip that one right up the middle. Probably shouldn't have put that in the same spot. Now they have a leadoff. Thankfully, he is pretty slow over there at first, so maybe we can actually get a double play ball. That would be nice. Don't quite get that in the zone, though. That was pretty close, but not quite where we wanted to put it. And now they're not even swinging at that. However, when you do get ahead in the count, you do want to be a little more, you know, aware of what you're picking. All right, now we just need to calm down a little bit here. We got a little rattled by giving up a, you know, a base hit to the first runner, but there we go. 3-1, we're back in it. Just kind of keep it low. That's all we want to do. And that's going to be a double play ball. Can I take this? No? Okay, fine. I don't blame him. I wouldn't have been able to scoop that, let's be honest. But the 3-6-3 double play, looking really good. And now we have no runners on again, but now with 2 outs. And thankfully the field bails us out on that one. We were doing pretty well in the first couple innings, but thankfully, here we go. We're starting to come back now. Had a little hiccup there, but thankfully that one didn't get out of hand like it did the last couple games. Either way, that one's just a little low, and that's understandable. Still a good pitch, though. I'm still in the camp of that being a good pitch. Oh, that's a bad one, though. Yeah, unfortunately, we kind of dragged that splitter out of there. That's all right. Again, we still got 2 outs. We just want to make sure that we continue to hit the zone. We just need to make sure that when we hit the zone, we get the call. Because that did not happen right there. And now that's going to allow them to fly out to left field, thankfully. I thought that was going to go over his head. It was going to be about a double, but hey, you know what? I ain't going to say anything. And looks like this one's going to be a pitcher's duel again, man. Our offense is not putting it together like they did those couple games before, but hey, you know what? I mean, I get it. A lot of people don't want to go to see a pitcher's duel, but me being, you know, a pitcher back in the day, dude, I used to love that. I remember I was actually present at Mark Burley's no-hitter. The one that he, what was that, against the Rangers, I think? The one that he threw before the perfect game. And let me tell you, man, that was an incredible, incredible experience. The only reason why I'm always thrown off by what team it was is because I remember that it was Sammy Sosa got picked off over on first. Oh, we need to get over there. There we go. All right, 1 out right there. And when I think about Sammy Sosa, all I think about are either the Cubs. Yeah, all I think about is the Cubs, honestly. You know? Hate the Cubs, don't get me wrong, but still, that's all I think about. So, like, I'm always like, wait, what team was that? What other teams did he play for? But yeah, no. It was the Rangers, I believe. And yeah, he ended up walking him, but he ended up picking him off, which I don't know how he ended up getting picked off during that era. But still, ended up getting picked off, and, you know, still 27 batters. It just so happened that he walked one. It was unfortunate, but still. Ended up coming back and being able to get a perfect game later on. Absolutely incredible. Sorry, really long story. I'm sure you guys didn't want to hear that, but I remember being at the game. Dude, I was a White Sox fan before that, but that definitely solidified it. But let's go. Let's get him out right here. And that was not the pitch that we wanted. Either way, let's finish him with a slurve down and in. I feel like he'll swing through that. Or he's just not going to swing at all. All right, let's be a little smart now. Let's just go with the fastball on the outside. Let's see if we can just finish him there. Nah, that's going to be a ground out. Great play by the first baseman, being a little patient over there. That's a weird hop on that one, but thankfully he stayed with it. Let's go. We're 1 out away from getting out of this one. But unfortunately, we're going to have to throw better pitches than that if we want to do that efficiently. Because that one's just way too far off the plate. That one is way too far down the middle, but thankfully he did not get a good piece on that one, and that's just a ground out to the second baseman. And we're going to get out of this one. 4 innings, 0-0 still. We have 3 hits. We've only given up 1, so we're actually pitching pretty well. Let's just make sure that our offense can actually pick us up this time. Well, they picked up an extra hit, but no runs, unfortunately. So we need to keep keeping this where it's at. Oh, that was a really bad pitch, but thankfully, despite the bad jump from the center fielder, he still gets under it, and that is 1 out. This is like the most amount of strikeouts that we've had to like start a game, and this is like the least amount of pitches that we've had too. We're only at 48, surprisingly enough. We are not getting the low zone either, so again though, but if we keep it up any higher, dude, we are going to get punished for that. Oh, let's go. That looks good. Perfect. Infield assist. We're all good. We're just leveling up all our stats at this point. And let's go. 2 outs now. We helped our own cause, but not with the strikeout. We just actually know how to field our position. Kind of. Can't believe he swung through that fastball. That was... That's alright. Let's go with the changeup if he's looking fastball, though. Oh, that dipped a little low. That's okay, though. We're going to go with the slurve. I feel like he's going to chase this. I think he did earlier in the game. Or he's just going to watch that one go by. I am not mad at that. So let's go split down and in. Feel like he's going to swing at this. He's done. Well, that wasn't where we wanted it, but you know what? As long as it results in an out at this point, I'm extremely happy. And again, 0-0 after 5. Just got a 4-inning game at this point. And here he is, the only guy who's gotten a hit on us. And you know what? We're going right back to the pitch that he got the base hit on last time. That's alright. We didn't keep it in the zone, which means that he ain't going to actually hit that. So let's go with the slurve. Why not? Feel like he's a good fastball hitter, but he can't hit any off speed. At least in this game. I'm sure he's actually pretty good in real life. But still, not in this game right now. Because there we go. That's going to be a ground out to the shortstop. Ground out to the shortstop. Sorry, a little worried because it took him a little while. But there's 1 out now. And we're only sitting at 57 pitches right now. Absolutely incredible. I'm surprised. But hey, you know what? As long as we keep it in the zone like that, I think there's only been 1 where we just couldn't find the zone. But, man, we just, again, really need to pitch in the rain a little more often. That's going to be a ground out to the shortstop. Again, thankfully, just barely pulled him off the bag, but stayed on. And that's 2 outs. Let's go 9-hitter. Let's try to make this a 1-2-3 inning again. Let's get out of this one. Let's give our offense a chance to get back in there and get a couple runs because it has been a while. Can't believe this has been a straight-up pitcher's duel. I can't believe he swung at that one. But you know what? I guess, you know what? When it's 1-0 and you think it's going to be a fastball down the middle and it's a slurve that just kind of hangs, then, hey, you know what? I guess I understand. But there we go. Way ahead in the count. I agree with you, man. Let's go slurve off the plate. He might not chase it, but yeah, he ain't going to chase that. That was just a really horrible pitch. You really want to go right back for it. Okay, well, let's do that, but let's keep it a little more in the zone. That's perfect. I really don't know where that one was. But either way, let's go with the fastball. Let's just sit him down. Let's gas it right by him. Sit down. Not even gonna take the bat off your shoulder because you knew you should have been out earlier. That's all right. We sit him down. That is, I don't know, our 6th strikeout of the game. And after 6, still 0-0. Now it's a 3-inning game. And it's still up to us to kind of keep the game where it's at. But we are facing the top of the order, so we have a pretty difficult challenge here. And especially when we're not getting calls in the zone, that's not necessarily boding well for us. But it's all right. Again, just can't keep it in a place where he can actually take that deep, and that could have been a good one. Although I don't know if he's good at hitting balls on the outer half of the plate. But we kept that belt high, and that's not where we want to keep it. But thankfully, even though that one was misthrown, we still ended up picking the strike on it. And picking up the strike on it. So let's finish him with a fastball up and in. We really haven't done that much. But let's just make sure we don't throw too much in the zone. That way he can get a good piece on it like that. But thankfully the left fielder gets there. And now we got 1 quick out. Well, maybe not quick. That wasn't extremely quick, don't get me wrong. Probably should have had a strikeout on it, but again, you know what? At least it didn't result in a walk or a base runner by any means, so we'll take that. Let's go with that split. Uh-oh. Oh, thank you for being an absolute vacuum over there, third. And that is the second out of the inning, and now we're going to get out of this one, I'm telling you. I don't give a damn what Rojas does here. We're getting out of this one. So let's start with that changeup, because I don't think he can hit that. He ain't got anything on us. But then again, it would be nice if we could keep that in the zone. He's on an 8-game hitting streak. Yeah, what do you say we're the one to actually stop that? I do not want to see him get on base. Yeah, that one could have been a bad one. But if he can hit that fastball, let's go over that changeup again. That looked really good. We got that again. He gets out ahead of it. It's going to be about a one-hopper. Thankfully, he takes that himself, and that is the end of 7. I wasn't sure what I wanted to say right there. But after 7 now, 0-0, man. We need to find a way to get a run. And question is he going to send us back out there? I think we're only around like 70, 80 pitches. Maybe he'll allow us to get the shutout. Well, we didn't get any runs, and we're still out there. This is the deepest we've gone in a game so far, which is actually pretty incredible. And we're pitching extremely well, too. And we're only at 77 pitches, and that's incredible, too. Can't believe we've gone this deep with this many strikeouts, only throwing that many pitches. And not just that, but we're staying ahead in counts, too, because that goes foul. Now, that's going to allow us to hit him with the changeup down and in here, to be able to finish him off here. There it is. Oh, I can't believe you got a piece of that. That's all right. Ground out to the shortstop, and that's one quick out again. Let's keep this up right here. Let's go fastball. The outer half. Oh my gosh, you gave us that strike this time? Where was that before? Yeah, I know, we're getting a little tired, but that's okay. We're still pitching extremely well. Although that one's a little low, but again, that's not in a spot that's going to hurt us. Hate to go back to the fastball here, but I think that at least in terms of like our energy, I think that's probably going to be the best option. And now, let's go with that circle change outside again. Maybe we can get him to chase. No, not this time. Threw that a little late, and unfortunately, that's what happens. So let's go with the split. Why not? Let's keep it low. Let's make sure he keeps it on the ground if he gets any contact. That's not low. Dude, Kowser's fouled off like 4 pitches in a row now, so we're going to have to go to the changeup and hope we don't walk him. There we go. We sit him down. That was a long at bat. I'm not going to make you guys sit through all those foul balls. Don't worry. But there we go. A strikeout for the second out of the 8th inning. That is the latest we've gotten a strikeout. Oh, nice swing on that one, buddy. And we're 1 out away from getting out of the 8th. I don't think he's going to send us out for the 9th, especially if we end up picking up a run. Especially, there we go. That line out right there, that's perfect. We go in. And again, question is now, is he going to send us out for the 9th or not? I feel like if we get a run or two, I think he's going to bring in the closer. But again, if that is the end of our day, we pitched extremely well. And he's bringing in Shintaro Fujinami. Again, someone who's come in to relieve us before and has done a great job with it. So I definitely have some faith, despite that ERA right there, that he's going to be able to get us out of this, and hopefully we can pick up the win. And it looks like we end up picking up the loss, unfortunately. I wish we could have stayed in. We end up losing 2-1, though. It looks like we probably lost that in the bottom of the 9th, though. That's unfortunate. But look at that stat line right there, dude. That is the best line that we have had in this entire series, man. 8 innings, 1 hit, 7 strikeouts. No walks, no runs. That is a beautiful line, and if that does not get us called up to the majors, I swear to God, I don't know what will. And I was wrong. We picked up that first run in the 10th inning, and they picked up 2 in the bottom of the 10th. That's rough. I wish the offense would have showed up sooner, but you know what? Again, I am not disappointed with the way that we played. And that was a very unfortunate way to really kind of end that game and end that series. But again, the way that we played, I'm extremely happy with that. Good thing, too, is we ended up getting a new perk and also an equipment pack. I apologize for that little bit of lag again. Xbox One. But let's go. Let's see what this perk is. What can we get? Is there anything that's really going to help us out? Recharge. Apo Taco. I wish that would have helped us out. But it looks like the one that's really going to help us out here is that increased pitch velocity and break when our energy is below 50% and runners on base. That wouldn't have helped us in the last game, despite the fact that we were under 50% energy for a lot of that because we went into the 8th inning. But still, especially later on in the season, if we end up getting like later into games like that, I think that might be able to help. So that's going to be a good perk to have. In terms of equipment, come on, give me something that we can actually use. an unwashable jersey, a new glove, and a new bat. I wonder which one's going to help us. Let's take a look at this glove, because I think that's going to be the one that's going to be good for us. So let's go back and actually compare that one with the glove that we have right now, because this thing is a little bit better than... hey, I am all for it. But before we look at the equipment, I think we're going to change our perk, because as great as the Break 1 has been, I think that recharge is actually going to be a little bit better for us. So I'm going to change that, and if for some reason, like, we really need to switch that back or something, I can always do that. They're very interchangeable. So that's good. But now let's take a look at the gloves. So we have the Gold Stage, iPro, and we have the Prime Elite. Now, looking at these next to each other, I think we can kind of guess which one's going to be a little bit better. And you can definitely tell why we were a little bit better in that game, too, because of that glove. So as much as I'm happy that we have that Prime Elite glove, it's nice that we have the gold glove as well, and I think that's the one that we're going to end up continuing to use. So it looks like that is going to be our last start of the month, and it's really sad that both of the games that we faced St. Paul, we end up losing 1-2. Although this time, again, it wasn't our loss, and we pitched extremely well. But that is the last start of the month. Looks like our next one isn't going to be until we face the Jumbo Shrimp again, and it looks like that's going to be the Saturday game. So we do have a little bit of time. That's great. I think what I'm going to actually do is simulate up to Tuesday, because I want to get a practice in, and I also want to see if we can end up getting up to a 70 overall. Maybe we can actually get a cutscene here too. I doubt it, but you never know. But I would like to actually see if we can get up to a 70 overall, because I think that that's going to be a really important milestone for us too. So let's get into practice here. Let's see what we can actually improve, because we're going to head to the bullpen. I think we're actually going to work on the velocity of our circle change again, because that actually made a pretty big difference. We've been getting more swings and misses on the circle change, so we can kind of, you know, spread out that spread between and the difference between the circle change and the fastball. I think that's only going to bode well for us, and I think that it's going to be the best option right here. So I know this is another short episode, but the fact that we ended up going 8 strong and pretty much threw just a one-hitter that entire game, definitely want to end on a good note. So we're going to kind of leave it there. But you guys let me know. Do you guys like the longer or the shorter episodes? Do you like when they're 2 games, 1 game? Do you want shorter episodes with a more like edited down gameplay? You guys let me know down in the comments, because again, I'm really loving playing this game. You know me, I love baseball. So anytime I get a chance to actually play the show or even be able to play Madden, I'm extremely happy. I just want to make sure that you guys enjoy what I'm putting out too. But either way, guys, let me know in the comments. We'll make sure that I kind of tailor it to that, and we'll continue with these series. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, make sure to drop a like. If you're new, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.